For those of you at home with some movers and shakers, those 8 to 9 month olds who are crawling, maybe pulling to standing, cruising around, and possibly even walking, I'm so glad my video is only gonna be about 5 minutes today, because I know you're only gonna be able to watch this when they're sleeping. So let's talk about this progression developmentally with all of those gross motor skills today, how to understand it, and some nuggets to help you get through the craziness of it. Number one of the first things that we need to understand is that your baby is becoming an independent self. What I mean by that is when they pull to standing and they cruise around the table or begin to walk away from you, they're literally doing that. They're making the choice to move away, to be an independent self out in the world and away from you. But at the same time, emotionally, they're not ready for that, which is why you see a ton of separation anxiety during this time where they're moving away from you. So please make sure to check out my separation anxiety episode. It'll give you some great nuggets on how to handle the emotional impact of becoming that solitary independent self. Next, here's the progression of these gross motor developmental milestones. There's a huge range that falls on this spectrum from 6 months all the way up to 18 months. It can be really easy as a parent if your 9-month-old is kind of just crawling around and you turn and another 9-month-old is pulling to standing and they're cruising and maybe even trying to stand alone, and you can start to worry, is my kid behind? Is something wrong? And I really want to reassure everybody at home that gross motor skills fall on this big spectrum. So you can have one 9-month-old that is practically walking, and you can have a 9-month-old that's just starting to roll around. It's all normal and it's all okay. What we want to see is babies to be pulling to standing or crawling by 12 months and walking by 18 months. If your babies aren't doing those things by 12 months and 18 months, that's the time to consult with the pediatrician and to take some action with physical therapy or whatever your pediatrician recommends. Number 3, baby proof now. If you didn't get a chance to see my crawling and locomotion episode, I recommend you check it out. I give some great tips and kind of guidelines for what to baby proof when you have those movers and shakers getting into anything and everything. Baby proofing is important not only to keep your baby safe, but as a parent at home with them, it sure makes your life much easier. Next, get ready for those bumps, bruises, and some pretty big spills. For those of you with movers at home know exactly what I'm talking about. You can be right there and they topple over and have a bump on their head. I mean, it happens all the time, and it's such a big shift in parenting because we can't keep them safe every second because they're all over the place. Just do the best that you can and know it's really normal for this age. Number 5, this one will explain a lot. They have a strong biological urge to be upright. You see it at home, right? Those of you with movers, I mean, you put them down and it's like pop right back up, pop right back up. This huge drive that does not shut off. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their brain does not stop. Upright, upright, move, 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 go, go, go. And that's why we always say, like, my baby is always on the go, because your baby actually really is. Next, because of this strong biological urge, diaper changing becomes really challenging, so move it to the floor. When babies are on the changing table, they're gonna flip over really fast because of that urge to be upright. It's dangerous. Move them to the floor so they're safe. And to keep them down, one of the things I recommend doing, pop your leg up over their belly, nice and loose, not tightly. It's kind of like this little archway, and that'll keep them from rolling, and then you can quickly change their diaper. It's a great tip I use at home with my kids and with all of the parents I work with. It'll really help you. And finally, keep your sleep plan the same. Sleep can get really crazy because that biological urge in their brain is saying, be upright, and it doesn't shut off. That desire to move doesn't stop. So their brain is saying, move, go, go, move, go, go. And their body's like, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. And so they're kind of at war with one another, but the brain's gonna keep winning until the body finally can't keep up. So you'll put them in their crib, they're gonna pop right back up, they'll lay down again, pop right back up, they'll practice walking around their crib, they'll practice cruising. Their brain just keeps going. So just know nap will come as long as you stay consistent in your approach. So let them spend a half hour, 45 minutes doing all of that in their crib. They'll eventually fall asleep, just be patient. Their brain and body have to kind of get in sync with one another. It will all catch up as long as you stay consistent with your sleep plan so they know what they're dealing with for sleep. So those of you with movers and shakers at home, I know you are on your toes all the time. I hope these nuggets will help you manage this super challenging but exciting time in gross motor development with the crawling and the standing and the moving and everything. Thanks so much for joining me. Post those comments below and I'll see you next time.